This video app review is brought to you by the iPhone appreview.com.
What's up, everybody? This is Luke Patrick with the iPhone appreview.com. We're slinging out another video review today, this time looking at an app for the iPad. This would be a game, I'd say music game slash dancing game. I don't know, it's kind of hard to explain, but the name of this one is called Jam Dance the Disco Frog. As you can see, we've got the handy dandy icon right there ready to go. So without any further ado, I'm going to scoot this up a little bit and hope I don't hit any buttons and slap the thing, get straight into it. So here we go. There's the main boot screen. You can see the main funky character as well. That'd be the Disco Frog himself. It's going to take just a second to load. This app is a bit hard to explain because the functionality it offers is quite a bit different from lots of other apps available, especially music games. This isn't a Tap Tap Revenge clone or anything like that. It's not even a DDR clone or even a time-based music app in that sense. It does come with several levels. Each of these can be unlocked with an upgrade, which is in-app. This is a free app in the App Store. We did have the full version of this app. I've defaulted to the version that you would pick up regularly in the App Store, just to give you a sneak peek of what that would look like. It does come with a couple mini games too, as far as levels, and these could be unlocked by playing the game. And they add a nice variety to the app's, game concept. But again, we'll get into that in a little bit. But it's not quite enough to tide the thing over. Likewise, you can download the tracks too off of iTunes, and there's a quick play tutorial in here as well. There's also other dancers that can be unlocked via the upgrade, and so that adds yet a little bit more customization to this app. So we can go ahead and get straight into things. I'll show you a little bit of how this works. The graphics on this are pretty gorgeous in the sense of they're very well done. It kind of reminds me a lot of Psychonauts, actually, is the closest app that I can think of, and that's an app for the desktop and PC from a while back. I don't know if you guys remember the game Psychonauts, but it was quite fun. So we're going to go ahead and grab one of these up here, and these are the various instruments. You can place them on the pads at the bottom to create music. I'm going to turn this up. Usually we keep the sound off so you can hear us, but today we're going to do things slightly differently. Shake up the groove, if you'll pardon the appropriate joke. You can move the instruments around these pads, and let me be sure you can see these, to create different sounds, which is a nice game mechanic, and adds 25 different tracks total to play with. It's a neat concept, and once you have multiple instruments going, it's rather fun. So there you go. That's a good way to shake things up there. As you can see, there's a green bar on the side that's filling up, and that's the quote-unquote dance energy that the frog needs to dance. There's also an experience bar to the side. This is pretty much the entire game mechanic. As you drag instruments down, his dance points go up, and so does his experience. If his dance energy gets too low, you have to shake things up and rearrange the instruments. There's a quick way to do this using the scroll bar, which automatically shakes things up and makes him a bit dizzy. It's worth noting that the animations of the frog and the other dancers are all fantastic. They're very, fluid and fun to look at. We're going to go ahead and turn that off really quick, even though the music is kind of the main point. We'll leave it barely on. You can adjust the tempo over here, and there's also the menu here in case you want it. We can go back to game at any point in time. There's also disco lighting, and it just adds further flair to the graphics. But as mentioned, this is pretty much the entire game mechanic. You can flip the frog around to make him do different things by sliding a thumb. But that's pretty much it. This isn't necessarily a game in the traditional sense. There's no real goal other than to keep playing, and as you progress the levels, get him closer to the city, and that's, kind of an incentive, but at the same time, is it really? I guess the incentive here is to play with the characters, unlock things as you go, but there's no real game mechanic in the sense of there's nothing that I'm called to do constantly, other than rearrange the instruments occasionally. There's just not a lot of challenge to this, and, there's a record button and things like that, small little features to play with, as well as the mini-games, but on the whole, there's just not much to keep me here, because I'm playing the game, as you can notice right now, but I'm not really doing anything. So that's pretty much the biggest flaw with this app as far as design goes, and then again, it's not necessarily a flaw, it's just a different style of gameplay that may or may not appeal to the average user. With that in mind, we're going to go ahead and go back to the main screen really quick to show you, give you the final wrap-up, I suppose. There are 3 different game worlds at the moment. Like I said, they go from the swamp to the club, which is a nice graphical aspect. On that note, there are different comics that explain the point of this app, or at least the narrative, that is, the plot, which could be construed as a reason to keep playing. If you're really plot-oriented, this is a great app for you, especially if you like these kind of music games, in the style of Tap Tap or other things like that. Then you've definitely got these nice graphic novel-esque narrated and beautifully illustrated comics that explain the game. Other than that, there's not a lot to keep you here. So with that in mind, we're going to give this app a 3.5 out of 5-star rating. It's a wonderful concept and it's fun to an extent, but depending on the user, it may or may not keep their interest. So, Jam Dance the Disco Frog gets 3.5 out of 5 stars from us here at the iPhoneAppReview.com. I'm Luke Patrick reviewing, and I hope I continue to be Luke Patrick once this review is over. I'll let you guys know on that count. So, with that in mind, be sure to check out our other YouTube videos on our YouTube channel on YouTube at the iPhoneAppReview.com video. Or, as always, you can go to the iPhoneAppReview.com for heaps of written reviews as well. We'll be checking you guys later. As always, we'll be pumping out more reviews, so keep tuned. In the meantime, we'll be signing out. So thanks for tuning in, you guys. See you later.